Hi everybody, thanks so much for tuning in my channel, His Army of Light, to hear what the Lord has to say to you during these perilous times. And just because a certain someone has been elected into as president, things have already started to get better, to look better. But the enemy isn't done yet, throwing all that he can in the kitchen sink at us, at him, not only him, but at us too, because he's just standing, and he was right, he's just standing in our way. Okay. So you need to get with God and be prepared for what's coming. Okay, because if you're with God, you're going to be protected from all that they throw out at us, and also from his judgments, because this is judgment time that's coming up. Okay, this is called the Greater Exodus. So go read Exodus and see why it's named Exodus. He saves his people from out of slavery, and this is the Greater Exodus because it is the entire world, and it's way much deeper and darker than, well, darker, it's way much more deeper, and they have infused themselves in every single solitary part of the way of life. And so he is rescuing us from our captivity. So anyway, but you definitely need to get on his side. Not to say that if you are an unbeliever that you won't make it through, but with him, you are guaranteed to make it through unscathed. Okay, you might have to go through some trouble, tribulation, but he will be there with you and to help you through and protect you. Okay, from again what the enemy throws out and from his judgments, like a snowball rolling down at the consequences of his judgment. So anyway, that is yet another one. There's just two reasons, really good reasons, as to why to get with God. Okay, and you can only get to God through his son Jesus, because Jesus is the only one to make a way to break the curse. Say break a hole. He broke a hole through the curse of sin and death to make a way back to the Father, because sin, which is the curse, separated us from God. So, but with Jesus, he is the way, he is the door back to the Father. So get with him and to get with God. So anyway, this one is called, I don't know if I already said this or not, this one is called It's Worse Than You Think. And I received this on Monday, January 6th of 2025. So just after the new year. He starts out with, "This year is a year of reckoning, where I pull the curtains back and expose your enemy and all who work for him and his cohorts. It will be ugly, to say the least, and very disturbing, but it must be done to show people just what was going on right under their noses, due to the tolerance they've had and removal of me, God, out of their hearts, minds, government, and classrooms. When you leave a door open," now he's talking about demons now, okay? And you get demons obviously through sin, okay? But that's why it's so important to watch your gates, your eye gates, your ear gates, what you watch, what you see, what you let yourself, be witness to, your ear gates, because of what you listen to, whether it be scary movies, the same thing, watch it, or the music. Oh my goodness, because the music is just overtaken by Satan. I mean, it's gotten so bad, it's crazy. So, and then of course your mouth gate, because what you say words are very powerful, and they go out in the atmosphere and they can come back to you. So if you're saying cuss words, which are curse words, even if you're cursing somebody else, you're actually doing it to yourself, because you're filling the atmosphere around you, and it has to do with frequencies and vibrations and everything like that. So anyway, it's really cool. But anyway, so words have an effect, and they can see it on plants and in water, on sand, and also obviously in children and people in general. So let's see here. Where was I? So anyway, okay, this is where I was at. He says, "When you leave a door open to let one thing in, more will come in with it. And before you know it, you're taken over and lulled to sleep by listening to them and their programming. from TV, music, video games, all that stuff is number one, distraction, but it's also, they're programming you, okay? Television, lie vision, okay? The programming for that, they used to call it programming back in the day. It still is too in certain things. Programming, okay? MLK Ultra, when the CIA started that, they said that they stopped it, but they never did. It was just turned on us, actually. So as citizens of the United States and everywhere, actually everywhere. So anyway, because they want a one world government thing going on, okay, global government thing going on, if you know what I mean. So he says, it's much worse than you think or could even imagine. The horrendous, abominable things they've done and are still doing and have planned for you, for all of you, even those that have worked with them. You mean nothing to them, for they have willfully, talking about the elites, the people that have joined forces with them, so to speak, have gone to the dark side, okay? So anyway, he's saying that you, and them as well, you mean nothing to them, for they, those people, have willfully been taken over by the enemy and are their puppets to carry out their will and plans. Okay, and this is even talking about the elite and people in government and high places, okay? So they have made deals with and have gone in cohorts with the enemy, and yeah, so, but they don't realize, they think they're going to be rewarded in the next life, but they are so wrong. They are not. They're being tricked and deceived. So that's what the enemy does. Lie, cheat, steal, murder, I mean, he's here to kill, steal, and destroy. That's what he is. That's what evil is. So anyway, moving on. So here you go. They think they will be getting rewarded for their cooperation in the evil one's sick and twisted ways, but they couldn't be more wrong. They will be actually taken to outer darkness, a much worse punishment than anyone. They are from, now he's talking about the people that are in power and have been for many centuries and thousands of years. So he's about to say this right now, but that's what I'm talking about. If you, the royals are just one of them. But listen to this. He says, they are from bloodlines that go back centuries, even thousands of years, keeping alive their depravity in secret societies behind closed doors once they were forced to. So they were doing it out in the open, and then they were forced behind closed doors. But now that door has been opening, so they're starting to do it right there in front of our faces. So, and they don't even care. So because they think that they've got this in the bag, okay? But they don't, because of God. So, he says, the enemy has taught them about rituals, spells, and black magic down throughout the ages. That's who the Egyptian magicians were, and so many others. Now, the Egyptian magicians he's talking about are in Exodus. Okay, well, when Moses, God sent Moses to tell the Pharaoh, hey, let my people go so they can worship me freely. Well, because they were being held captive and in slavery. And so the Egyptian had magicians, and they were able to perform some of the tricks that spells, magic, actually, that Moses, that God had Moses do. But there came a time after a couple of them or whatever that they were like, we don't know how he's doing this. Their God is way much powerful than ours are. Okay, that we and ours are, our little g gods are. So, but that is just one little example. There's druids, there's all sorts of people all down through the ages. So anyway, that's what he's saying. There's so many others. He said, they've snuck in your leadership and government, inserting their own kind in high places until they gained full control of every way of life all over the world. So it's not just in the U.S., it's all over the world. This is global, okay? Because we're going for a global thing here, okay? You know what I mean? So he says, their system of dark depravity knows no ends, and it will be shocking to say the least. You will be rocked to your core, your soul. That's why you need to get to be grounded in me, for I will catch you if you start to fall and give you strength. Without me, you might not be able to live life free from PTSD. It is that bad. And it is. I know a smidge, and it is horrifying. It is, just every awful word that you can think is beyond that. Okay, the things that these people do to us and to children, and what they also have planned to do. So you still, you don't need to rest just because somebody, Trump's in office now. Things are changing. Things are looking up for the better, but the evil are still going to be throwing everything in the kitchen sink that they can, because they know that they've lost. They didn't expect to lose, okay? Because they had stuff rigged for a really long time. They didn't expect to lose. So they were kind of like taken aback and shaken there for a little bit, but now they're back on track trying to do everything that they can because they know their time's short and they are done for. So they are just throwing everything that they can at us, okay? And it's deep and it's dark, everything that's been planned, okay? So you need to be ready for that. He says, some people have not come back from seeing and knowing of such horrors. Horrors no one person could fathom. Sorry, I gotta read this. That is the demons working inside of them. Because what person could pull all this stuff off that's been done in the past, and like serial killers and this and this and that. How can a human do that? Because they're not fully human. They are taken over by the enemy. They are possessed, so to speak, or highly oppressed. They are dead. I don't know if you've heard this term, this expression. I can't remember where it's in the Bible. They are dead in their transgressions. They are dead in their sins. So basically, they're like dead. They're still human, kind of, but they're dead, and they have let the evil and those entities in. They have accepted him and opened their, lives and hey, take over my life, so they've become entrenched with them. So, but it's done willingly. So there is no pity for them. There's no pity party for them at all. You won't have pity for them when you find out what they've done. So anyway, just trying to explain that a little bit. And sorry if I'm taking so much time, but I really want you to understand that. So he says, that's the demons working inside of them that carry out such things. But if you have me, I will heal you and give you comfort and strength to overcome such darkness. My cat might jump up here, just let you know. For I am the light to shine away all darkness and fear. Find that in John 1, chapter 1, verses 4-5. And I will protect your heart from harm, but my justice is coming for them, especially for those that hurt the children. They will suffer the worst of my fury. There is no escaping it. The evil will fall. And when he said this to me, he meant absolution. He meant, definite absolution. The wicked will fall. Okay? And then he goes on, they, the demons and devils, know their time is running out, and they will not go down without a fight. So be prepared for their plans of destruction to try to pull off their plans before they're stopped. Plans to destroy you in heinous ways, to depopulate the earth, leaving only a certain amount left to do their biddings as slaves in the worst of ways. Think the Georgia Guidestones, okay? That talked about, that was their manifesto. You can look that up. And God destroyed that. No, it wasn't a man. That was God. So anyway, he goes on to say, why depopulate, you ask? To have more control over them, as there is too many of you to control. And a lot of people are starting to wake up to their schemes and fight back and resist. But just as Pharaoh wiped them out, just as Pharaoh was led right into my trap, they are too, and I will wipe them out just as I did Pharaoh and his army, and set the captives free from slavery, blessed in the process. So hold on a little longer and get close to me as to be under my wing of to get under my wing of protection from them and from my judgments, and be blessed in the process. I will make wrongs right to bless you, and I will make wrongs right to bless you so you can be free from bondage and to worship me like I planned. So get with me and stand firm in me while I do my work, and you will come out unscathed. I guarantee it. Your loving, redeeming God, so saith the Lord. So that was it. I know I explained things and then you turn around and said it. I get so many of these, so it's hard for me to remember. And my cat is doing something over here off to the side, so I've been a little distracted, so I apologize for that. But please like, share, and subscribe to this channel and share this video so everyone will know what is going on. And does God care? Is he listening? Is he going to do something about all of this? Yes, he is. So get with God through Jesus by accepting Jesus into your heart and repenting, which means turning the other way, doing a 180, not a 360 now, but a 180, and walk in his ways, live righteously, the right way, and he will protect you and bless you beyond imagination. Okay, so get the word out, spread the word, and God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye.